Today in our gospel, Jesus is warning the crowds of the coming persecutions that will come about because of their faith in him. It's a not if this will happen, but when it happens. And when it happens, he gives some instruction of not trying to prepare for that moment, not trying to prepare any sort of words to defend themselves, but that the Spirit itself will be with them to help them. Jesus calls all of his disciples, you and I, to live out our faith with boldness, not to put it to one part of our life and live so as to make friends with everyone else. Not that making friends is bad, but that it should be part of who we are in every part of our life. And that we shouldn't be worried about being rejected for it, or that we might offend another. Now, of course, we're not trying to offend anyone with our faith in Jesus. But our Christian faith is who we are, and we cannot hide that. He tells us not to worry about the coming persecutions, but to keep our eyes fixed on him. That's what it's all about in these end times. As we reach the end of the liturgical year, it's always about keeping our eyes fixed on Jesus. That's going to be the key. And the saints that we celebrate today, St. Andrew and his companions, they were missionaries to Vietnam. St. Andrew himself was a Vietnamese priest, but there were so many of them that were martyred toward the end of the 19th century because of their faith, because of the way that the government saw the Christian faith. They did not want any of that to be there, but they still proclaimed Christ boldly. And in their martyrdom, the seeds that they planted there created a great outpouring of God's love, and this church is very strong in Vietnam to this day. Jesus calls us to boldly proclaim our faith so that nobody will miss the message of the gospel, so that no one will miss the love of God through Jesus in their lives. So perhaps today we ask the Lord to help us to be more bold in our proclamation, our living out of our own faith, so that we might not be duplicit in the ways that we live right in one place and living different in another, but know that we might live fully for Christ in every place that we go, because he will be there with us to protect us, to help us in every moment if we proclaim his name with boldness.